Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Engineer Your Energy. I'm Caroline Milton, owner of Milton Coaching Collective, where we help organizations and individuals build toolkits to be more resilient, to beat burnout, and to prioritize health and well being without a sacrifice to productivity. Today, I want to build upon the concept of connection and support that I've been discussing over the past several weeks in these weekly updates, weekly episodes. And today, we're going to talk about the importance of good news. Now, I want to share with you, I coach individuals one-on-one. We do burnout prevention, burnout recovery coaching. And in each of my sessions with my clients, I start by asking the question, what's going well? And I remind clients that this does not have to be the big news, right? This does not have to be, hey, I got a new promotion, or I'm going on vacation, or great news, the family is expanding. This can be tiny little wins. Hey, I got out of bed every day this week at the same time, or hey, I went outside for 10 minutes each morning to get a little bit of my daily dose of sunshine. It can be the little wins. Similarly, I moderate a group on Facebook of fellow engineering working moms, and every Friday I ask the same question: what's going well? What's a win that you can share with us? It could be work related, it could be parenting related, it could be personal related. Just share your win with us, and we're going to celebrate with you. And I love the responses that I get to this question because they can indeed range from the big news, I got the promotion, to even, those daily wins of, hey, I'm sitting with my tea and I'm getting ready to tackle a busy day. And we celebrate all of them with enthusiasm. There's a reason why. Just naturally, our brain is inclined to keep track of our stressful moments, of our negative moments. It's part of our design. It's part of what keeps us safe, is to collect all those moments and remember them so that they don't threaten us again. But what that can lead to is an imbalance in terms of our emotional well-being. I often use a tool with clients, both individually. I also introduce this to corporate clients called emotional brain training, which is built upon the same concept. Not only are there tools in emotional brain training that help you deal with stress as it occurs, but there are also tools in emotional brain training that help you with identifying the days that are really great or the days that are really good, and keeping a stockpile of those to help your mind and your overall mental well-being, your emotional well-being, with building resilience. Now, as we talk about high-performing teams, sharing good news in teams is a critical component of ensuring that our teams are working well together. Now, why is this important? Well, when we share good news with another person, it increases the perceived value of the event, it promotes trust, and it increases the likelihood for collaboration. Last week, we talked about the importance of trust in this episode. You can go back on my page and look more at that. But we talked about the importance of trust as we're building new habits, as we're working towards change. Good news is what helps build a foundation of trust. But the key to a good news conversation and a good news celebration is to respond both actively and constructively. So I want you to imagine a quadrant, if you will, with active, constructive, passive, and destructive as our four quadrants. So when someone is both active and constructive, they respond to good news by asking questions and additional details. They also ask about the underlying meaning of the event so that the person with the good news has an opportunity to share a little bit more. This is about facilitating the connection. Now, I want you to hold that in contrast to someone who is both active and destructive. That person might point out negative implications of the good news. Oh, you got a promotion. Are you worried about what that means with the amount of time that you're going to spend with your kids? Right? That's an excellent example of someone who might respond actively but destructively. They might even minimize the event's significance. Now, someone who is passive and constructive has a very limited response. They might just say, that's nice, or congratulations, or even I'm happy for you, which are nice things to say, but they're not facilitating that connection, right? They're not opening up the door for collaboration and to get that perceived value of the event. Now, our fourth quadrant is someone who is both passive and destructive. This person's going to ignore you altogether, or in fact, they might take that as a segue into talking about themselves and their needs. Say you tell that person, "Hey, I got a promotion." They'll say, "Ah, yeah, that reminds me. I need to go and talk to HR about my performance review." They've ignored the good news altogether and they've made it about themselves. We don't want to be that passive and destructive person. Now, as we build this skill, because it is a skill, we have to get very clear on what some of our roadblocks are, right? Do we not, in fact, care about the good news? Do we not deem it as being good enough to celebrate? Might we even have a little bit of jealousy? We have to work through these things and remember that this is less about the good news and more about facilitating that connection with our teams, with our direct reports, with our peers. Heck, we can even use this in our personal relationships as we build trust with those people in our home, those people in our community. But first, we have to do a little bit of that work. Remember, less about the news and more about facilitating that connection and opening up an opportunity for collaboration. This is such a key component of high performing teams, something that we work on again with both our individual and our organizational clients. If you'd like to learn more about navigating change, about increasing employee engagement, productivity, and well-being, please reach out to me. You can comment on this video, you can send me a direct message, and we can talk about some of the options that exist for you that range from coaching to trainings and workshops to consulting. We can help pinpoint what some of your biggest drivers of burnout are and how you can begin to remedy those and build the well-being that you desire. I'll see you next week for our next episode of Engineer Your Energy. Until then, be well.